3 squad cars came. In the police report, it states very clearly that she was intoxicated. I was telling the police, this is my house. I don't want her to come back. She has to be removed.
I moved out the next day and filed for divorce, and we were divorced shortly, a month or a month and a half later.
And so that's the last time I saw her.
My mom eventually got rid of Amanda. My mom was very happy when the divorce went through.
I just can't face that woman again.
I want advice from Dr. Phil on breaking free from my mom. I am afraid that I'll never be able to get married again and have kids because my mom...
The mother knew French. So Pierre was torn. Yes, he was torn between the rich lifestyle his mother provided or his wife. Now, I gave them what I thought was some very clear advice. So take a look when they were here before.
Yeah, you are being ridiculous because I'm married to your son. I don't have to.
My mother-in-law drives me absolutely crazy.
She really has emotional problems.
Pierre's scared to stand up to his mom. She does basically control money and assets.
I'm okay with the price I have to pay for the luxuries that I have here thanks to my mother. She bought me a Mercedes. My wife has a much bigger problem accepting the financial help that my mother gives. It would be difficult to choose if I had to choose between the two.
Did I just hear you say that if I had to make a choice between my mother's money or my wife, it would be a tough choice?
It's a difficult choice, but of course I would choose my wife.
Are you wanting to get rid of her?
Well, I think she's creating a huge problem. She's destroying my son's life.
Now, Amanda feels that her mother-in-law and husband speak about her in French, knowing Amanda does not understand. So, have you ever wanted to be a fly on the wall? Amanda, Pierre, and mother-in-law all went to dinner. We arranged to have a French translator at dinner.
I had to excuse myself, but really I was going to the back room to get an earpiece in my ear.
This you're going to get in your ear so that the translator will be able to talk to you while you're at dinner.
She's saying you cannot find worse than her, you can only find better. She's saying, why do you want to ruin your life with a person like that? He's saying, Mom, enough now, enough. She's saying that she has studied psychology and psychiatry and that this girl has problems.
It seems to me that what you're doing is mean and vicious and cruel. Pierre, tell you what, if you can't stand up for your wife, if you can't get a backbone, I don't give a damn how many cars she buys you. Do you have a job?
I have a job, yes.
Okay, you are able-bodied.
We just would have to live in a less expensive house.
I would live.
About who I date.
So she won.
It looks like it, yeah.
I mean, you got a divorce.
Yeah, we got a divorce shortly after the incident.
You said that after the show, she got in her mind to just get rid of her, started showing up every weekend and just pressed it till finally that was it.
It seemed like, she got a little more involved and tried to get rid of Amanda.
Well, you seem to just be beaming over there.
Well, I want to clarify something. I didn't come every weekend. I was coming maybe twice a month, but to take care of the house because I put the house up for sale, so I needed to clean out, to read some things.
Look, you consider him to be a boy, your son, but you and I, we're all grown up, aren't we? So let's just have an honest conversation here. You had every intention of getting rid of Amanda, did you not? Because you think she's trash.
No, I don't think she's trash at all. She has, what bothers me was the alcohol problem. You offered her treatment for alcoholism, and I was hoping it would change, that she would get the treatment. I had no intention of selling the house right away, but she never took up the offer.
Okay, well, first answer the first part of the question. You had every intention of getting rid of her.
Not
you
if
wanted
she had
her
changed.
gone.
Not if she had. Well, they are ruining me financially. I'm not willing to pay. I was not willing to pay, but they would have been homeless if I had not paid.
Do you get this? She keeps talking about this house, this car, this house, this car. What is your soul worth?
Right, right.
I mean, honest to God, how much is this house worth? Is this like $50 million or something?
No,
what is your house? What is your soul worth?
It's an average house.
300,000. Okay, but it's not like me.
The problem is,
and this car, you were coming over to get repairs done on the car you gave him.
No, it's my car. It is my Mercedes. I bought it for myself, and it wouldn't fit in my garage, so I kept the Mazda and let him have the Mercedes.
That is...
I never bought that car for him.
That car and that house is your umbilical cord to this boy. It is how you control him. You say, I'm going to sell it out from under you. It's my car. It's this. Why don't you say they're ruining you financially? Why don't you just take the house back, sell it, take the car, sell it, and be done with it?
I put it up for sale, but with a bad housing market, it didn't sell this summer.
Move! You and I had this conversation before.
And I
feel like I'm airing a rerun. Is this the same suit I had on before? Haven't we had this conversation before?
We did, and I can give back the car, that's fine, but what I can afford is like a scooter. And a scooter in Minnesota in the winter, I mean, I don't mind driving a scooter, but not when it's 10 below.
Where does she keep the Dixie cup?
No, but this one...
How old are you? Seriously, how old are you?
39.
This is so dysfunctional. Now, Pierre claims that his mother is way too jealous and judgmental of any woman he's with. She disagrees. She said, I was misperceived last time I was on the show. I'm going to give her every chance to clear that up. But we're going to put this to the test about whether she's jealous of other women in his life and would try to sabotage him. We'll be right back. Well, when Pierre was last here, he had to choose which woman in his life came first, his mother or his wife, Amanda. Now, Amanda said that her mother-in-law, Yolande, never approved of her. Now, we arranged for Pierre to go on. Now, was she on her best behavior, or did the facade crack? Take a look.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
I'm Pierre.
Very nice to meet you.
This is very nice and friendly.
Yeah, right now I work in restaurants.
Oh, nice.
I bartend and serve a little bit.
Want a drink or something? Or
I would love one, actually. That would
All
be
right.
great.
Yep, sure. But me, so. Well, my dad's Canadian.
Oh.
My mom's from Switzerland, yeah.
Is he French Canadian or?
Yep. We're very proud French. Have you ever been married?
No.
No?
Have you?
Recently divorced.
Was she also from Switzerland?
No, my mom would have loved that. If it would have been a nice
really?
Swiss girl, yeah.
I've had my share of bad relationships and.
You're saying my story completely.
Really?
That's, oh my gosh, yeah.
They seem to have a very friendly exchange, but what he really needs to try to avoid is going to very expensive bars and being with a woman who gets drunk in the bar. He doesn't really have the money to pay unless he gets a better job.
So you're very close with your parents?
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, I still talk to them every day.
Well, of course, when he calls all the time for me to deposit money because of the debts created by that previous marriage.
I get along better with my dad.
But you said that your mom was kind of the one that
Yeah, she's the one that gets a little,
causes a little trouble.
Yeah. Are you gonna change careers?
And whichever woman he dates needs to be patient for him to find a better job than substitute teaching.
But you speak French?
Yeah, I do.
He'll change careers and find a better paying job.
So you've never had a girlfriend that spoke French?
No.
Certainly looks very pleasant, very nice, but you know, what about Pierre's situation? The woman has certain expectations too, so.
Who did you come out here with?
I just came out with my mom.
Oh.
Out here. Yep.
Oh, that's cute. And I'd like to say hi to your mom, but I don't want to get you in any trouble.
No, we can bring her out.
I'm Pierre's mother.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Hi. I'm Jennifer. Very nice to meet you. He mentioned something about that you haven't liked any girl he's ever been with before because they're not Swiss.
People like his ex-wife constantly caused financial problems, and then he asked me for money. He has a full-time substitute teaching position, but that's not a good job. So.
No, buddy.
Okay.
Well, Jen.
It was really nice to meet you and
Meet you. Hopefully we'll see you
we can
tomorrow.
meet up and go to the beach. It's
Yeah.
sunny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I just hope you find a woman who likes you and reciprocal responsibility that does not involve me.
All right, well, thanks, Mom.
Who does that? Who comes out? I mean, it's a beautiful girl, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who comes out and says, "Hi, I'm so glad to meet you. He has a crummy job. He has no money. His last wife was a horrible. She wanted money. She was a drunk. I mean, who does that?
Well, there was a much longer conversation
I
than
know,
what
it
you
was
show
worse.
now. So, but the thing is, I do want to still make a point. I was never involved with him before. It's just these last 2 years. He was married for 2 years. I haven't known half of the women he has dated. I was never involved with his women.
Let's talk about this. You want to change the subject from this, but you came out and made 6 critical, I counted them as they were happening, 6 critical comments about you and the fact that you were basically worthless. I mean, that you had no money, that you had, and you're sitting back there saying, oh, well, you know, he can't take her to bars, and then here she's a bartender, right? PhD in French?
French literature, yeah.
French literature? And you had like a 3.9 undergraduate, 3.9 in your master's degree. You're working on your PhD now in French literature, and is quite a delightful young woman, don't you think?
Oh, I thought she was wonderful.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
why
say
you told her
anything
that's why you told her your son was worthless, right?
No,
I wonder if you would have thought maybe that if she was a little better educated than you were thinking, and maybe a little better healed than you were thinking, you might not have pointed out all of his negatives.
I would never have said anything if it had not been here in Hollywood on the Dr. Phil show. There is no way I've ever made a comment to a woman who was dating Pierre. Never.
Really? See, because Amanda doesn't feel that way.
Yeah,
you didn't call the cops on the Dr. Phil show.
Because Amanda was very different.
She hasn't liked any of your girlfriends, has she?
I think a long time ago, like back in high school. Maybe
No, like 4 years ago, there was a woman
that
who
wasn't
took...
as long ago as it seemed. Because it's still kind of the same dynamic, right?
Right, yeah.
Why do you think Pierre said, and I quote, I'm afraid I'll never be able to marry and have kids because my mother is insane. She is jealous of any woman I date. Why do you suppose he said that? Are those just because of things you said just in Hollywood on the Dr. Phil show?
No, because
or is that because of the last 39 years experience he has with you?
No, because he did not want to antagonize Amanda. That's why he said it.
The woman I dated right before Amanda, though, Heather.
Yeah, because you charged me 3 times $2,000 to go to Cancun with her. So, yeah.
But that's just one.
So who
here's
does
the deal.
that?
What do you
This is
mean he
not normal.
charged you?
Took money from
why don't
the
you
business.
just say no? You don't say
I
no
didn't know
because
it was
you want to have leverage over
No,
him.
it was hidden. I found out afterwards.
How does he charge it to you?
I owned that business. I paid for that business, and he took money from that business. I didn't know about it. I found out afterwards.
Well, this just seems so simple to me. But look, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what else happened since Pierre divorced Amanda. He says he's struggling with some news that he just wants to get off his chest. We're going to talk about that when we come back.
My mom does help me financially, and I need to follow her rules.
All I want is him to become financially independent. Well, it'd be fine if he would find a millionaire woman. That would be great.
This crazy woman needs to be locked up.
Well, when Pierre was last here, he had what he considered a hard choice. He and I talked about that very candidly. It was a choice between his mother's money or his wife, Amanda. Now, it was on that show that I told him that his mother had his manhood in a Dixie cup. Apparently, she still does. I don't understand what it is that is blocking a clear road to independence here, because they just continue to feed off each other. Now, Pierre has been keeping a secret from his mother, and he wanted my help in telling her. So let's take a look at this.
Mom, this is difficult to say, and I needed Dr. Phil's help in telling you. I hang out with Amanda every weekend. Now we go to bars, and she comes over and watches movies.
3 months later, we're best friends.
Since the divorce, we've been intimate a handful of times.
What do you think about that?
Okay, that's very interesting, because he has been asking me for money all the time, and I have said, well, why do I have to deposit money? Why do I have to deposit money?
Because he's spending it on Amanda.
Exactly, that's what I found out right now. Is that correct, that I am working full-time to pay for Pierre and Amanda. That is not correct. That is my problem. And I was willing to come back
So
to
is that
the
just kind of your way of saying up yours, Mommy dearest?
I got back at her. I'm grabbing my Dixie cup back.
Yeah. So you're sneaking in the back door to get your Dixie cup.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, that's offensive to your sensibilities, isn't it?
No, but I feel as much
No?
a victim. I feel as much a victim as they claim to be victims. I am a victim in this, to have to spend my money on them instead of doing, living the way I want to live.
Yeah, we probably can't do it right now because you'd have to like rewind everything, but I'd be curious how many times she has said the word money since this show started. I'm guessing we're approaching 30, 40 times.
Yes.
Is everything about money? What about his happiness?
No,
What
it
about
was never a problem when he had a full-time position. I never slept at his apartment or house.
Do you think you're over involved with him?
No, not at all. When he was with Amanda, I was involved because I had to fix the house, do things at the house.
But he's still seeing her.
Well, doesn't she? I had assumed that she had had a boyfriend or had met other men. She had boyfriends even while she was married to him. I think she was involved with one person.
So you think she was cheating on him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have a boyfriend now? I would have assumed so.
Why would you
I've never
assume
seen
that?
her. Because she's, I think she attracts men and she likes men, so fine. Let's tip everybody. I mean, they are in
You're not
each
too
together.
high on American women in general, are you? You don't.
I have never seen, there was a misquotation on the internet about what I said. I have never said anything negative about American women. And my best friends are American women.
How does she feel about American women?
Well, I mean, I think she would much rather I date a Swiss girl or
Crazy. You're absolutely crazy to have.
I'm not saying you dislike American women.
To anyone, I know plenty of Swiss women.
He's crazy.
Well,
his theory is it runs in the family. Okay. Yolanda's not seen her now ex-daughter-in-law Amanda since the middle of the night fight that caused 3 or 5 police cars to come to the house. Well, the woman who's supposedly been benefiting from Yolanda's money is actually here, and she's going to join us next. Well, Pierre and Amanda divorced after a show we did on meddling in-laws. Now, Amanda filed those papers after an all-out battle with her mother-in-law that actually involved the police. Now, today is the first time Pierre's mom is going to see Amanda since all of these cop cars came to the house to settle their dispute. Now, Pierre has just revealed that he has secretly been spending time, and according to Yolande, money with Amanda behind his mother's back. So she's here, and she's going to come out. Now, she's going to have to sit somewhere. You want to sit here with her, or do you want to sit over here with Mom?
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm going to sit on this side, though, for now.
Well, I assume so.
Okay, let's have Amanda join us.
Hi.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah?
You are a piece of work.
So you've been listening to the show, watching what's
have.
going on. What are your thoughts at this
Well,
point?
I agree. It's money, money, money with you constantly, never happiness. I just don't get it.
Well, because it has never happened before that I had to pay all the time.
And to interrupt you, no, he doesn't. You're not supporting any finances or anything. I have my own job, very successful.
At least 30,000. We were married for a year and a half. You cost me 30,000. That's 15,000 for you. 50. You never paid 1 cent for anything in the house.
What do you have a list?
I want to read one sentence here.
Okay, go ahead.
This is
what are you reading from?
Okay, this is a letter that Amanda's mother wrote. It says, "My dear."
To me. Yeah. It just seems weird. It's like they're in a relationship, and it's like I want him to find a nice girl for himself, but I don't think he ever will because he needs to detach. I just,
right.
I still care about him, but it's just, I want him to be able to move on, and I don't think you ever will because now you're like 40 and it's just
Well, I'm
weird.
starting over. The problem is I need to be financially independent. I know it's a real easy solution to it, is I need to be financially independent so I can cut away from her. And I was up until that business 3 years ago. I mean, that hurt me.
Do you think that you are in a healthy relationship with your son?
The problem is that I have to pay. I will mention money again. That's the problem. And so actually, I think you will agree, I have never discussed what kind of women you should date. I have never been involved with anything like that.
Well, you certainly discussed who he shouldn't be married to.
Well, just this one person.
How many times have you been married?
Oh, I got married twice. I was married
This
once
is
when I was
second time.
20.
Okay, did you like her?
Yeah, she was fine, but I didn't have contact like here. We ate together once.
Do you admit that you're glad she's gone?
I wish she had followed your offer of treatment. I was hoping this would change the situation completely, and she did not use the treatment you offered her.
Is that I got
sad.
you're
I was
out of my life,
disappointed.
and that just helped. That's all I needed.
Would
What?
That was my treatment to
No, it
myself.
would have changed.
Sorry.
It would have changed. I would have.
Okay, look, this is not an essay question. This is a good old yes or no. You're glad she's gone, right?
I don't care if it would be fine. No, it would be fine if I was not involved financially. If they did not ask for any money, that would have been fine. I would not have mattered to me.
Let me try it with the younger generation. She's glad she's gone, right?
I think she's happy, yeah.
Yeah. And not happy that
Only
she's
because
back.
of the finances, I'm glad it's not involved. I'm sorry to insist on that. If it were not for that money, there would have been no problem.
Because
I'm
otherwise,
absolutely
other than the cash, you were fine with her drinking? You were fine
I would
with...
not even have known about it because I have never known what he did with the other women he dated unless I would get a bill like for the trip to Cancun. And they took a trip to Cancun too, which I paid, showed up on my credit card. So that's the only problem. I have never been involved in any of his relationships.
Well, I
unless
haven't had a
about
drink in 40 years, and I'm really thinking... All right, look, I've got to take a break. So much of this battle between mother, son, and soon-to-be ex-daughter-in-law has apparently been about money. It's true, and a house. So what's really going on here? I mean, am I the only one that thinks this is just really weird? We'll be right back. Well, I'm here talking with Yolande and her son, Pierre, and his now ex-wife, I mean, the papers are filed at least, Amanda. Do you get that your mother's perception is that if you weren't financially dependent on her, she would butt out of your life?
Yeah.
But regardless of what she does, you have the ability. I think, Amanda, you're not perfect, but neither are you, neither am I, but I think you have lost a delightful young woman here.